Streamer manager falls for a hot streamer. There it is again. I caught myself staring at Aaron for a little longer than I was used to. Sighing, I closed my eyes and rubbed my temples. Maybe these long hours were getting to me. Then again, I had no reason to complain at all. He was hot. After all, I glanced at the footage of Aaron as he was laughing at some silly game he was playing with one of the other streamers he collaborated with. It was a gal. Someone they worked with plenty of times. She never caught my attention. What I was focused on was Aaron, his piercing blue eyes, that cocky smirk that seemed to make anyone melt. The guy had it all, and I found myself clamoring for him more than I thought was possible. Shaking my head, I pushed those thoughts away. Why did this keep happening? It wasn't like I had a chance with Aaron. The two of us had become friends since freshman years of college. He trusted me with helping his channel grow. Now, on YouTube, he has over 100,000 subscribers. Most of his content is video games, with the occasional chatting stream. His effusive personality and fun energy always keeps people engaged. Ladies also love how attractive he is. That's true, he is attractive. Biting my lip, I gazed at him, taking in the view. He wore a black tank top, which outlined his muscles, which only had become more filled out. To say he was attractive was understatement. My arousal grew, and soon I groaned. Seeing him like this conflicted me because of the apparent truth. I had a crush on Aaron, a man who was untouchable. There you are. I rushed inside and met with Aaron, who smiled and gave me the same friendly hug. I inhaled the scent, marveling at how nice it was. Cloves with a hint of mint. A pullback a moment later, even though I didn't want to. In a perfect world, I get to hug Aaron for as long as I wanted to. You're energetic today, Aaron joked. I shrugged and ran a hand through my hair. I just had a good sense of editing, I admitted. Even though it cost me some sleep, Aaron distracted me, perhaps too much. I hated these feelings, and I hated that suddenly I felt some kind of pull towards Aaron. Aaron's brows furrowed, the curiosity apparent. Something matter, Leo? You seem off. No, it's fine. Management can take a lot out of you, I mused, praying this was enough to keep him at bay. We sat down, and I presented the channel's analytics. So far, it looks like the numbers are up. People are loving your content, and there's something in your mind, isn't there? I paused, my anxiety skyrocketing to new heights. Did he know that I was interested in him like this? I glanced around, trying to figure out what to say. I'm telling you, Aaron, it's nothing. He sat back and folded his arms across his chest, which tightened his pecs. Damn it. I have to get my mind off of this. Leo, what? I asked him, almost exasperated. He scoffed and shook his head. You're a bad liar, you know that? We've been friends for 5 years. How can you say it's just nothing when I can tell it's bothering you? Because I don't want to talk about it. Come on, Leo said as he leaned in. I'm not going to judge. I sat there, weighing my options. Telling him might be the better idea, but still, I fear what he might say. Taking a deep breath, I steel myself in hopes that maybe, just maybe, there's a possibility that this could work. I like you. I tore off the band-aid and waited. Aaron sat there, blinking as he heard my confession. Oh no, I moved too fast. I'm sorry, maybe that was forward of me. No, Leo, it's fine. Aaron turned away, as if ashamed of my words. I was embarrassed as well. I hope I didn't make you upset. It's not you. I don't know what to do about this. Do you feel the same way? He looked up, and his eyes focused on me. Seemed to tell me the answer without even saying it. I'm not sure, Leo. For now, I can't give you an answer, nor reciprocate those feelings. It's fine, I muttered, looking down. Sorry I brought it up anyway. No, don't worry. It's just something I should think about. I'm not trying to give you crap for it. I know, Aaron. That's why I like working with you. Aaron leans in and touches my shoulder. The igniting touch makes me wonder if maybe, just maybe, there's more to it than he's letting on. And I do you. Now, let's get this content schedule put together. Yeah, let's, I said, but my thoughts were elsewhere. It hurt to hear Aaron's response. I thought maybe he might feel the same way. We've been closer so long, and whenever we were around each other, I felt a pull towards him, one that seemed almost inexplicable. I guess I was wrong. I'll let him sort it out. Bothering him about it won't do any good. Which is why I pushed it away and focused on what mattered, Aaron's channel. I scrolled through emails. Nothing interested me. Next came Aaron's. As his manager, I managed his communications on all fronts, including business inquiries and emails. I opened the inbox and looked through it. Emails from fans, spam collaborations that got deleted immediately, the occasional troll who thought sending fart jokes to a business email was funny. At the end, I scrolled down, seeing an invitation to the streamer's connections. It was a networking event that would be good for Aaron. Being there would help open new collaborations and grow his channel. I texted Aaron, and a moment later he called me. Hey, I said. Hey, what's up? Cutting right to the point. I see. Ever since the confession, I have noticed the distance. Aaron would only call me if he needed something work-wise. As for me, I tried to keep my mind off of it, but it became harder. The closeness was gone, replaced by a wall of tension. There's a Streamer Wars showcase next week. I was wondering if you wanted to go, I asked. Sure, it'd be good for networking. Great, we can go together, I hopefully suggested. Aaron paused but didn't respond. Was he still thinking about our conversation? That's fine, and I'll be streaming on the first schedule we put together today. Just wanted to let you know. Got it. Thanks for the update. I'll make sure the channels are updated accordingly. He hung up, and I slumped in my chair. My heart beat faster, just thinking about Aaron. I was such a damn mess. This streamer event meant nothing. We were going to make new connections, but something inside me told me it would be more than friendly connections and swapping ideas. Something magical. I adjusted my suit collar and looked around. Some of the streamers I recognized. Many of them were also big names in different sectors: fitness, science, and even cooking. They talked amongst each other. Aaron was already talking with a couple of the streamers. He spoke to them with animated smiles and gesturing, and I smiled. He looked so attractive when he was passionate. That was Aaron. He discussed the new games as he planned on streaming once he got back. The other YouTubers all listened and also exchanged information. I would love to collaborate, and I'll be the one setting that up, I said, sliding in there. Aaron nodded. You heard the man. I've got a manager. And I bet all of you do as well. So, have your managers contact me, I instructed. The other streamers did so, albeit with slight disdain, as they disappeared. Aaron chuckled. I thought this was a networking event for streamers. I'm your manager. What's the problem? I asked, slightly taken aback by his aggressiveness. Aaron shrugged in turn. I'm fine. I'll be over there if you need me. Aaron stomped off, and I rubbed my temples. The distance had only grown stronger. Was it because of the confession or something else? I tried to not to get to me, but talking to other streamers and people in business. A couple of hours passed, and I decided to check and see what Aaron was doing. As I turned the corner, I saw him against the wall, and a girl with blonde hair and big green eyes right up against him. She pinned him to each side of the wall, and a grin crossed her face. Come on, Nova. Haven't you read my fan letters? You know how much I like you. I came here because I knew you'd be here. I'm flattered that you feel this way, he said, looking away. But please, I'm not all that interested in... Can I at least have a kiss? The girl said. She extended her lips and made a kissy motion. I felt a discomfort from across the room, and I looked at the two of them. Before Aaron could say anything, I swooped in and grabbed her hand, tugging her away from Aaron. She turned to me, anger apparent on her face. What? I'm Nova's manager, and I would appreciate it if you didn't try to force yourself on my clients. If you do this, I will have to take legal action. The girl's eyes widened. But I have no idea who you are, Aaron muttered. While flattered, please let me have my space. The girl's eyes widened and teared up. But I thought you loved me. I'm sorry, but Aaron's not seeing anyone at the moment, and has no intention of doing so, I explained, the words hurting me a little bit to say, probably because deep down, I wish I could tell her that he was mine, and she needs to back the heck off. Flustered, the girl disappeared. Soon, it was just Aaron and I. I walked over and touched his shoulders, curious about his well-being. Everything okay? Yeah, I'm fine, Aaron said gruffly, moving past me. No, it wasn't okay. If I miss out on this chance, I might not get another. It's not fine, Aaron, I replied. He stiffened and then looked at me. Why do you care? His tone softened and I smiled, closing the distance between us. Because I'm your manager and a friend. Now tell me what's going on. Aaron looked around, realizing he wasn't going to get out of this, and then motioned for me to follow him to one of the small rooms. When we got there, I looked around, noticing the dim light and the closeness of our bodies. What's going on, Aaron? I asked again, maintaining my composure. He looked around and then back at me. I'm still thinking about it, what you said. You mean, yeah, that you like me, he muttered. When I said I didn't know how to feel, the truth was, I like you too, Leo, but I'm not sure I'm ready for a relationship. I understand, I said, as I took a step closer. I'm sorry if I assumed too much. No, it's fine. It's just, I like you a lot, Leo. I have for a while. I can't be with anyone right now, especially with my reputation as an online playboy. I chuckled. That's true. Wouldn't want to ruin the branding. I know, but whenever I'm around you, I feel like you understand me. It isn't just because we've been friends for so long. That was true. We did have a friendship, but it evolved into something more. I nodded, and Aaron's hand touched my arm, casting gentle touches against my skin. While I can't be out in the open, maybe we can experiment. I smiled, happy to hear this. It was a small step, but in the right direction at least. Aaron pulled me into his arms, his large hands resting against my waist. Before I knew it, our lips crashed into a kiss. One that was both soft and filled with passion. As I kissed him back, I smiled to myself. It was like a story for me, something I'd always wanted. However, deep down, I only knew this was the beginning. We both agreed to a secret relationship, with the key word, secret. I'm glad you could make it, I said on the other screen. For sure. Sorry I can't come over. I'm tired, and I've got that collaboration to shoot tomorrow with the other brand. I smiled, content to at least hear him. I'm just glad to have you here. Aaron and I talked over Discord whenever we could. Instead of being all about business, however, it was about us, Leo and Aaron, not Leo the manager and Nova. Aaron told me about the struggles at his place and how he hated his landlord. I listened, nodding and sympathized. You could always move in with me, if that was ever an option. Aaron chuckled. The dynamic duo, living under one roof. Well, it will make a collaboration meetings better, he joked. For sure, I replied with a laugh. I'll think about it. Right now, though, I want to focus on something simple. Then let's watch a movie. I looked for a movie on Netflix, and when I found it, I shared my screen with Aaron. Together, we played a movie and then played a game by ourselves. It was a co-op game, not one that he streamed. It was nice. In a way, these little dates felt good. Discord call dates brought us together and made me realize maybe this facade relationship could be what we both needed. In the end, we agreed to a date. Not a coffee shop meeting where we went over the schedule, but a real, actual date. Hey, I got something for you. I listened to Aaron on the other line, curious about this. Sure, what is it? You need to come over to my place. I chuckled and hung up. When I headed over, Aaron greeted me. He pulled me to the couch and gave me a DVD. My eyes widened. This is your favorite movie. I know, Leo. The other night, when we were talking on Discord about movies, you said you wanted to watch something together. I figured this would be good. Oh, sure, I replied, completely shocked at the gesture. Aaron put the disc in and started the movie. As it played, I explained some of the scenes and facts about it. The entire time, Aaron listened, completely enraptured. Sorry if I'm a little excited. I love movies. No, it's fine. I love hearing about it, Leo. You know, we've been friends for a while, but this is a side of you I never get to see. A flush ghosted my cheek. I don't really like to show it. Aaron grabbed my hand and held it. Show it to me more often. I like seeing you excited. I appreciated Aaron's kind words, his happiness, and the way he spoke about things, so I told him more. Aaron also told me about his movie opinions. In a sense, we both got closer. Aaron and I went to play laser tag together for our next date. It was at some silly little arcade. When we strapped in, he looked at me with a wink. I bet I can score higher than you. Bet you can't, I teased back, and he chuckled. It's on. The game began, and we ran out, shooting at others. We were on teams, and Aaron and I worked together. Through ducking and crouching, and then running into mirrors, we won against the other team. When it was over, we walked out with our scores. And the winner is... We placed the sheets in front of us, and Aaron whistled. You! It is. You talked some mad talk for saying that you could beat me. Yeah, well, you know how it is. I like a little bit of competition, he teased, leaning in. Our lips were close to one another. I could close the distance and kiss him again, but before I had the chance, he spoke. You know, Leo, I like what we have. We've been friends, but it almost makes me feel like I'm dating my best friend, which is nice. Yeah, I like it too. So are we, like, official? More or less, he chuckled. But try to keep this quiet. The last thing I want is to move too far, too fast. Agreed. I breathed. We shared a quick kiss, filled with raw iron passion. As I kissed him back, I started to melt, enjoying his touch. Perhaps this relationship was what I needed after all. Aaron invited me out to a band he liked. We both enjoyed it back in college, but never had the chance to go out and see them. I got dressed, feeling a little nervous about this. Why? It was clear Aaron liked me. Probably because this was yet another date with him. Our bond grew stronger, and while we weren't official, I could tell Aaron enjoyed being around me. He spoiled me with gifts, took me out on dates, and listened to me. We were more than just friends. We were something more. When we got there, Aaron took me to the front of the stage, and the band began to play. We enjoyed it, his hands in mine. At the end of the show, he never took it away. Aaron, what are you doing? He smiled. I don't know. I kind of like this. I did too. The intimacy between us only grew. As we walked out, he turned and caressed my cheek again. Leo, these dates have been fun. They have. I feel like we've grown closer. An understatement, he admitted. I do. I do like you a lot. Sometimes I wonder if we're ready to go official with it. I thought we were. Maybe we got along better than I thought. I would like that, but I understand if you want to wait. For sure. Maybe after the Streamer Awards. That would be fun, I encouraged. He leaned in and kissed me, stepping back. I would have never imagined we'd get to this point. Me either. But it's nice, and I really like it. He kissed me again and I shivered, enjoying the sensation. Aaron's lips felt so right. Our bodies were meant for each other. I had a feeling that, no matter what, everything would be okay. We would make this work. It would just take some time and effort between the both of us. It's been about a month since Aaron and I started this little dating thing. It's been good so far. We meet in person and share kisses and hugs. The Discord calls are also quite fun. The problem, however, is the simps. Most of them are just fans. Silly women who think they have a chance. One has been getting a little too close. Endless_Odin. He's one of Aaron's Discord members who constantly flirts with him. Normally, I shouldn't get jealous, but he talks with him like he has some kind of feelings. It felt wrong. I didn't want Aaron to lead Endless_Odin on. When there were the streams, Endless_Odin was always there. Like every chance he could get. He and Aaron would share stories, and he would almost be too flirty. It got to the point where, at one point, he asked Aaron for a date. Aaron half implied saying he wanted something like that too. It frustrated me to the point where I began to wonder if I should ban him. During a collaboration meeting, Aaron and I went over the plans for the month. Now was as good a time as ever. We should ban Endless_Odin. Aaron laughed. Damn, where'd that come from? I sat back and folded my arms across my chest. I don't like him. Why not? He's a huge gifter and supports me. I just don't like his attitude. I shrugged. Aaron sighed and rubbed his temples. It's not just that, is it? Does he not realize how I feel? Well, I just don't want you to forget about me. I don't like how he implies going on dates with you. That's exactly it. Aaron retorts, I'm a streamer. I'm supposed to entertain. Don't be jealous of some random person that I've never met. I'm not. You are, and I'm not a big fan of jealousy, Leo. You've been acting more uppity and jealous of some other fans than I had to. No, I'm not. What about the girl that gives me $300? You muttered that I wasn't going to sleep with her before I even gave my response. Jealous? I may be, but I have my reasons. I just don't like when people get too close. You're supposed to be with me. And we keep our distance. You agreed to stay in the shadows and keep this relationship on the down low. I did, but I started to dislike it. I hated it, but I had my feelings. Well, maybe I want something more, okay? Aaron sighed and looked at me. I can't, Leo. I can't. Not right now. I'm about to hit 1 million plays for one of the streams that did. I'm going big. And if you can understand that, then I don't know what to tell you. Ouch. Aaron didn't seem to care about my feelings. So much for caring. I thought you were different. I am, he muttered, standing up. Sometimes I wonder if I made a mistake, taking this relationship further with you. I sat there, agape. All this time and all these dates meant nothing to him. It's not what you want. It's the reality of the situation. I want a manager who's willing to help me with my streaming. I'd suggest we keep our distance until we figure this out. I didn't want to stop managing Aaron. We had such a good camaraderie and chemistry. Still, I knew my limit and my place. With a sigh, I nodded. All right, we'll keep our distance. Aaron nodded, turning to the subject back on the schedule. I listened to him, but inside I was devastated. I flew too close to the sun, and now I got burned. We agreed to keep it professional, but I killed myself inside. As I edited his last streaming footage for shorts on YouTube, I found myself looking at him, his fun, big personality, and bright smile. They were nice, but I knew the real him. What we discussed earlier bothered him. He never showed it on camera, but I could tell. It upset me so much, and I wish there was a way I could get out of these feelings. I tried to, only doing Aaron's work whenever he needed it, but it was impossible. Every time I tried to think of anything else, my thoughts went back to Aaron and drove me crazy. I looked at pictures of us from senior year, right before we started this channel. A sad smile crossed my lips. What I wouldn't give to just have that guy back, my best friend. He was hurting as well. He didn't want to keep his distance, but felt like he had to, for the sake of the business. Now, I wondered if we made the wrong move. Aaron's inbox had a new email. I clicked on it, only to discover it was an award show ticket for the end of the month. In 2 weeks, Aaron got nominated and they want him there to accept the award. I said yes without consulting him. He needed these career moves, and I wanted to help. When we met later that day, I told him. He seemed fine, but inside, I saw the same hurt. Our distance bothered him too. The award show came sooner than I thought. I looked around at the large entryway, which led to the auditorium. Sipping my champagne, I saw all the different streamers and various people talking about collaborations. Tonight was a celebration, but my mind was still on Aaron. It was hard to celebrate when all you wanted was him. Aaron talked with others, but mostly ignored me. I sighed, grabbing a champagne flute. It was then I saw it at the corner of my eye. Arena, one of the streamers Aaron collaborated with. She leaned against him and smiled. I couldn't make it out, but from the body language, I knew one thing was certain. She was flirting with him. Aaron adjusted himself and smiled. I'm glad you're doing well, Arena. I know. So you're still in the market, right? Maybe you guys should try something out. We can keep it on the down low. Aaron shrugged. I'm not sure about that. Come on, you like me, don't you? You're a great creator, but I'm not sure, Arena. She sighed, shaking her head. You want to keep your distance from your fans, right? No, I said, as I interrupted both of them. I grabbed Aaron's wrist, and then did the one thing I never thought I'd ever do. I leaned in, kissing Aaron with force. He didn't pull away or stop. Instead, he eagerly accepted the kiss. When we pulled away, I saw Arena taken aback by the sight. Wait, we're together, I said, kissing him again. Aaron nodded. Yeah, we are. Arena, completely shocked at the sights, ran away. Words immediately spreads, and I look at Aaron. Aaron, No, it's time for me to be honest with myself and my feelings for you. I smiled, happy to hear it straight from him. The word of the kiss spread like wildfire, with mixed results. Some of the fangirls and guys were happy, and others were devastated. As for me, I was just happy I finally got to tell the truth. And the award for the hottest gaming streamer goes to Nova. The crowd erupted in applause as Aaron went on stage and grabbed the award. He held it up, and everyone was excited. He grabbed the mic and smiled. Thank you, everyone. I'm honored to have this and appreciate the love you have for my content. Without you, I don't think I'd be here today. The audience screamed, and Aaron smiled, then continued. However, there is something I need to say. As streamers, our lives are always under a microscope, especially our relationships. Well, I want to clear the air on something. Leo, come to the stage. I stood up, shocked that he would even mention me. As I walked over, Aaron grabbed me and pulled me into his arms. Our eyes met and he kissed me right on stage. When we stay like this, our hands on each other, at that moment, everything felt perfect. He pulled away and smiled. Turning to the audience, he gestured to me. Everyone, this is my boyfriend, Leo, and my manager. He's been the best thing to have ever happened to me. And I love him. I'm tired of hiding it. People clapped. I smiled. Aaron finally told me his real feelings. He leaned into my ear, a smile on his face. I'm tired of hiding it, Leo. You mean the world to me, and I want everyone to know. I smiled, nodding. I want everyone to know as well, Aaron. I love you too. We shared another kiss, the happiness of the moment making me high. Accepting our feelings felt right, and there was no sense in running away anymore. Aaron's career grew massively. 2 years later, he received a Platinum YouTube Award. When he took to the stage, everyone cheered. He gave the speech, smiling. Then he called me up. I went to the stage expecting a kiss. Instead, he got down on one knee and opened a box with a ring on it. Will you marry me, Leo? I looked at the ring, and then back at him, smiling. I accepted his proposal, and together, we went from being friends and stream partners to lovers and something more. The end. Have you ever had to hide a relationship to save your reputation? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing to become part of our rainbow force, and stay wholesome.